Hey guys, what's going on? Megan here. Joel Stubbs, the third best back in bodybuilding history. I mean, what the fuck? By the way, this segment is going to focus on all the craziest things in the bodybuilding universe. And it's not just limited to bodybuilders. I don't care if it's an animal. I don't care if it's a, a natty, a guy on roids, anything related to muscle growth that's outside of the ordinary is going to be featured on this segment. So send them over, guys. This is going to be a segment solely dedicated to madness. So today we're going to focus on Joel Stubbs. A lot of the OGs know him. In fact, even the new guys know him. I mean, when you look up best back in history, he's definitely in the top five. I'll put him at number three. I mean, just look at this back development. Look at those wings, guys. Back to JS. First, let's run a quick scan on him. All right, 295 pounds. That's about the heaviest he competed on stage. Some sources say 300, some 290. So we'll put him in the middle at 295, which is insane. Now, of course, he's 6'3", so that allows him to carry a lot more mass than the average person. But that's still a very, very, very impressive uh, contest weight. To give you an idea, he has a fat-free mass index of 35, which is massive. Remember, Ronnie Coleman is at around 39, so he's very, very close to Ronnie Coleman as far as fat-free mass goes. Now, I know what you guys are going to say. Oh, man, look at his legs. Guys, remember, this guy had an injury while playing basketball, right? So, fucked up both of his legs, and that obviously held him back. In fact, that's one of the reasons why. In fact, the main reason why he didn't really place higher in the Olympia is mainly because of his legs. But if it wasn't for that injury, just imagine the damage this guy would have done. I mean, look at these wings. And speaking of wings, guys, isn't it ironic? He's actually a pilot from the Bahamas. Right? Isn't it ironic how one of the best wings, the best lats in history, right, belong to a pilot? But anyway, let's take a look at some pictures. I'm pretty sure again the OGs have seen these pictures a million times, but geez, it just never gets old looking at it. Massive, massive back, and yes, I don't want to see steroid comments in the comment section. Of course, these guys are on the juice. It's like there's always this one clown who goes on every video that clearly shows roided motherfuckers, IFBB pros, and says, "Well, they're on steroids." Like, no shit. Thank you. You just discovered something that nobody else knew. All right, we know these guys on the juice. It's the whole point of the IFBB, right? It's not a bunch of natty guys running around. But steroids or not, this is still a very impressive back, right? Not everybody on the juice has this back development. Obviously, his genetics gave him an advantage. But geez, just look at this. Look at this. Like, what is this? Right? He had to be on this episode of What the Fuck Wednesday. I mean, come on, man. It's the first thing your eyes are drawn to. Massive, massive lats. The thickness, the width. Let's look at this picture here. And of course, those of you who are actually wondering what his routine is like, yeah, and that's how you know it's mainly genetics, right? Because his routine is not that much different than the rest of the bodybuilders. He does. The one thing I give him though, he does a lot of pull-ups, right? Which is not surprising, right? The best exercise for overall lat development. He does a lot of pull-ups, different grips. It's funny how the best backs in history, except for maybe one, which is Dorian Yates, did a lot of pull-ups. Lot of pull-ups. But other than that, his routine is simple. The typical rows. He has a heavy day and a light day. But the one thing that stands out compared to other pro bodybuilders is the amount of pull-ups he does. But anyway, just look at this development. What the fuck, right? Even his traps are developed from the back. Even his deltoids. It's funny because his back is so impressive that we don't even pay attention to how big his other body parts are. Like, again, his shoulders. If you can see here, he doesn't look bad from the front either. He has a decent sized chest. He has bolder delts. Pretty good physique from the front, but it's just your eyes are immediately drawn to his insane back development. Here's another front picture. Look at his shoulders. He has some of the best shoulders. I'll definitely put him in the top 10. If we're talking about shoulders. But it's funny when you say Joel Stubbs, no one thinks of shoulders. It's just back, back, back development, and it never gets old. I've seen pictures of this guy ever since I was a teenager, but yet they never get old. You got a picture here of him standing next. I believe that's QT, Quincy Taylor. And you can see, I mean, QT doesn't have a bad back either, but just look at the difference, especially in the lower back region, right? Development is out of this world. Look at that Christmas tree. Obviously, this is him in the real last spread. Very hard to find good quality pictures of him, but I don't give a fuck. I just grab whatever I can find. I mean, look at these wings from a pilot. The irony. Like I said, if it wasn't for his double leg injury, this guy would have been a threat. It would have been a threat. Of course, the reason why I put him at number 3 as far as the best what the fuck backs of all time, it's because you guys already know who has the top 2 spots, right? No one comes close to these two, right? Ronnie Coleman at number 1, right? Best back in bodybuilding history, period. Bar none, his back is first, second, and third place, and it's not even up for debate. And obviously, you have Dorian Yates at number 2, right? And it's a close number 2. It's a close number 2. Is just the reason why Ronnie destroys them is because of just the back thickness, right? Ronnie's traps have traps, so it's just from the back. It's almost impossible to beat him in any back poses. But yeah, these two are the reason why Joel Stubbs does not have the best back in bodybuilding history. If it wasn't for them, he'll definitely be number 1. I mean, just look at this, right? Oh, and they're coming up. They're definitely coming up on one of the episodes of What the Fuck Wednesday, right? I'm gonna do one on Dorian Yates, one on Ronnie, and Ronnie's gonna be on so many episodes because he has so many what the fuck body parts. But that's it, guys. Comment below. Let me know what you guys think about Joel Stubbs. Do you think he actually has the best back in history, as some claim? Do you think he's number 1, number 2? What do you think? And also comment below and let me know what you want to see featured on the next episode of What the Fuck Wednesday. Remember, it doesn't have to be a knife BB Pro, right? As long as it's related to muscle growth and it's fucking insane, comment below. It qualifies for this segment. Alright guys, don't forget to like the video, subscribe and hit the bell. Visit my website and grab a copy of my ebook and training program. Go to www.team3dalpha.com and don't forget to use the 40% off coupon code Nucleus Overload.